So, Mr. Jacoby from Papa Roach
What's up?
in this very echoey room.
Yes, they give me the small. I always get the smallest, dirtiest, nastiest room in any venue we go to.
Why?
It's just what I do.
You just it's like I need to
It
be.
just keeps me real. You know what I'm saying?
I need to
It's
get
like,
mad before the
you know
show.
what I'm saying? I got to get mad about something. I'm pissed. My room's so small. I've been pacing around in a circle for about an hour. No, it's I always have a room where I can go and warm up because it's like the band is tired of hearing me go.
Well, that's
you know?
that was one of the things I was going to ask you, because a lot of the bands, have been around a long time, and one of the things that you learn is you can't party as hard if you're going to maintain your career.
Yeah.
And the other thing is you got to take care of your voice.
Yes.
So I've been asking every singer that I talk to what your vocal warm-up routine is like.
Yeah, so I've had 2 surgeries now on my voice, and so I'm really cautious about, my lifestyle and what I'm up to. I'm not drinking anymore, so it's been quite some time for me on that. So that's not an issue. But for me, it's every day, probably like 2 hours before show. I come in this little small room right here, and I have a tape. I went and saw this vocal coach in LA, and she helped Adele recover her voice after she had surgery. So I was like, just get me to the best person that's going to really help me with like functional.
Didn't Adele
rock
have her
and roll
surgery in Boston?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
same
she
one
did.
with Steven Tyler.
So
there's like the
so it's
vocal
this-
cord god.
Yeah, she's like the best in the business. She's now out in Beverly Hills.
Gotcha.
But I went into my old doctor and he was like. He's like, yeah, he's getting really old, Dr. Sugarman. He's probably in his like mid 70s, too old for surgery. He's like, my hands aren't as steady as they used to be. So like, I'm going to refer you to the best in the biz. And so she is from Boston. She came out, she's out west now. And she just took care of me. I was like, freaking out, but she recommended me to this vocal coach, which she does this. She was like, yeah, she does vocal cord massage. And I'm thinking, is that?
That sounds dirty.
Exactly. I'm like, I mean, I got a gag reflex. This shit ain't gonna work.
At least one of us does.
Yeah. Oh, and I'm out.
Nothing's changed in all the years. Nothing's changed.
Oh my God. So I went and saw this lady, and she ran me through the rigmarole of doing the warm up and this and that, and then she gave me like this massage on all right in here. There's all kinds of like muscles and stuff that we don't really know how to like manipulate.
Yeah, you don't get those rubbed at the massage parlor.
No, not at all. It's it's strictly it's just my buttocks. And so she just gave me a routine that I do religiously every day. Even on days that I'm not doing shows, I'll do just a small like 5-minute
so show
basic
me,
warm.
like one of the things that you have to do.
Okay.
Is it like the zzz thing?
Yeah,
or
I'm
like
going, or I'll do. And then I'll do like so I'll do like different types of they're not actually functional ways of singing, but it's like some of them are meant to strengthen your different parts of your chords that I don't normally sing with. So if my whole voice is strong, then it's like I'm good to go.
Yeah.
And then she had me the little straws that you drink coffee out of.
the little stir?
Yeah, those little things. So I would blow out through it. And so like the pressure.
Like a kazoo?
Yeah, it's odd. But there's just a little bit of air that can leave. And so you're sitting there like trying to sing, not sing, but, sing a note through this little teeny air hole. And the pressure going back against your vocal cords strengthens your vocal cords. So
now imagine
like
Jacoby
weightlifting
from
with my
like
vocal
15
cords.
years ago could like go into the DeLorean and see you with like the little coffee straw going.
I'm like, this guy's a puss. What happened to him? That guy. I'm gonna become that.
But that's how you.
It's given me a career.
That's right, and I wanted to talk to you about that because Papa Roach is one of those bands that has lasted.
Yeah, we still here.
Yeah. Same
here.
thing with me. It's like I'm a barnacle on this ship. You're gonna have to scrape me off.
That's right. I ain't going nowhere
know?
anytime soon, man. I'm really enjoying this this life we have and this opportunity to get up on stage and make records and continue this passion of ours.
And the band is doing really well. Like you're sounding better than
Thank
like
you.
you're doing really well. So all of the craziness, all of it it got you here, which is still on top, which nobody could have predicted that when you started.
Yeah, I appreciate the compliment. I'm super stoked to still being here, and I think the disciplines, and also I think just the failures is what really I've learned from most. It's falling on my face and having to get back up again and face myself in the mirror and try to handle life again on life's terms. And so, big thing for me is staying sober. It's like I just can't. I'm not one of those guys that can go out there and have a drink, because the next thing you know, it's like Kobe off to the races, and where is he? Well, we haven't seen him in a couple days, and well, he hasn't showed up at the studio in a week now, and his family's worried about him. Like, that's just.
It's
not
really
gonna work.
interesting how some people, it just like I could drink today, not drink. It doesn't affect me that way.
You're a lucky one.
And a lot of people have told me that now for me, if I had to give up like bread and cheese and pasta, like
it's terrible.
To me, that I'm like, oh God.
Yes, vodka is my pasta.
Yeah, see?
Yes.
Everybody's got their thing.
But I gave it up. I did.
I can still make it to work with the pasta. I just need bigger jeans.
True. That's true. You just get some stretchy pants.
Yeah, exactly.
You'll be all right.
You get the stretchy pants.
I got my stretchy
By
pants.
the way, can we
too.
talk about your shoes for a
yes.
second? Because like I'm kind of digging my
That's
shoes.
my shoes. You got nice shoes.
Yeah.
It's the cool shoe convention.
Yeah, exactly.
Are those the Lokis?
No, they're just.
Okay, because I see the green on the inside.
Yeah, they have like two tongues in them. And they have like
wow.
all of these. Yeah, but they're just old school Chuck
Those are
tees,
sick.
man.
You can't. I wear Chucks on stage. That's just like that's my
They're just
deal.
comfortable.
They're the best.
I know I was going to be running around the Palladium outdoors all night.
Yeah,
I wanted
true,
to have
true.
good shoes
That's
on.
Right. But these bad boys right here, I saw these things in I don't know where I was, somewhere. I was in Sacramento, and I saw these shoes. I was like, oh, I like those. And then I was like, whatever. I got to do. I'm not gonna. And then the next day, I think I had a
stop thinking
dream
about
of
the
me wearing
shoes.
these shoes. I was like, I have to go get those shoes. And so.
Isn't it funny that there are certain things that you just learn through experience you don't cheap out on?
Yes.
Good shoes.
This is true. Yes, shoes.
Sheets, right? A mattress.
I don't like the scratchy ones. Yeah, I'm feeling you.
Like,
Yes.
especially for you guys, because you're in the buses. And it's like when you get home and you get into your bed
It's
in
the
your,
best.
right?
It's the best. I'm like, oh, I've been missing this thing. That's like, it's the simple things too. When I get into a hotel, I'm like, first thing I go do is I'll jump on the bed. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. It's going to be a good night. Or I get down, I'm like, oh, it's one of those kind of beds.
You know what I discovered that it makes me a crazy person? I was just talking to Maria from in this moment about this too.
Oh, I love Maria.
One of
She's
those
awesome.
weird people that, like, when you go to the dentist and they have that lead thing they put on you when they take the x-rays?
Yeah. The weighted.
Yeah, so I love that.
Did you get the weighted blanket?
Yes.
How do you like that?
It's life-changing.
Okay.
My
Somebody told me I
blanket-
need it.
It's great for anxiety and
Okay.
stress to like calm you down.
All right.
And my blanket is 25 pounds. It feels like that thing at the dentist.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's
Okay.
supposed to be like a swaddling comfort thing that you get from when you were a baby.
Hey, I could get into that.
I'm telling
Swaddle
you,
me up.
it's awesome.
All right. What is it called?
It's just weighted. If like you
Okay.
look up a weighted blanket
Okay,
and you
cool.
can get it in different weights, I was like, how heavy can I get it?
Just
Can I get
heavy.
it like
Just
Humvee?
heavy.
Like, yes, exactly.
Or like heavy.
Yeah, no, I want all the weight. And it is so awesome. I sleep through the night and
right.
wake up so rested.
All right.
Did you imagine all those years ago that you and I would be having this conversation right now?
No.
Because
not
we've
at all.
known each other for how
for like
long
19,
now?
maybe 20, or almost 20 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn. We've been in this business for a minute.
I know, right?
Cheers to us.
I know.
We're still doing it.
I
love it.
want to talk to you about it because next year is WAAF's 50th anniversary as a rock station.
That's awesome.
So I want you
That's
to tell me a
awesome.
story about something you remember from the early days of Papa Roach with WAAF, like the first time you remember coming to the studio or the first show we did together or something that you remember.
I got a good memory.
All right.
You took us to a baseball game.
Yes.
You took us to go see the
Fenway.
Red Sox. Yes, Fenway Park. It was awesome. That was like. Plus, we got to see Poppy back there playing. The big dude. Ortiz? What's his name?
Big Poppy.
Yeah,
Everybody
Big
knows
Poppy.
Big Poppy.
And so that was a cool experience. That's a legendary place. Obviously, it's the Red Sox.
Even if you're not like a diehard baseball
Well, I was a big Wade Boggs fan back in the day. I always
there
thought
you
he was
go.
awesome. I was like, when I was a kid, I was like, he's the shit. like that's my favorite baseball player. And I'm from out west, you know, so all my friends were like, you like the Red Sox? I'm like, yeah. And so, yeah, that was a great experience. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And we were like in the best seats. Yes. We were like 2 rows back. I'm like, if I catch a ball in the face, dude.
Well, that's, remember the sign that's on there that says, like, pay attention, foul balls hurt?
Keep your head on a swivel or you might die by a foul ball. Yeah, it's cool. I risked my life with that. It was awesome.
And isn't it funny when you think back that, like, all of those crazy stories, like, that we didn't have social media and camera phones and stuff?
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine if we had Snapchat and Instagram stories back then, how much trouble we would have gotten into?
I know. I'm like, I was talking to my wife about this because she knows I kind of have a little bit of a seedy past, you know. Some of the things came out of the woodwork. We had to talk about it. And, you know, I was just like, she's like, you are so lucky that these camera phones weren't around back in the day because you were an asshole. I was like, what do you mean? She's like, shh, don't act like you don't know what I'm talking about. And she's right, dude. It's like, like I was watching the news a few years ago and somebody was like, Justin Bieber pees in a mop bucket at a club and everybody's all in an uproar.
Ariana Grande licked a donut in a donut.
Like, yeah, you peed in a dude. I'm like, the shit I did, I'm glad.
Mötley Crüe had to write a book and then make a movie about the book for people to hear about half the stories that they did because it's not documented.
Yeah. Have you seen it?
The Dirt? Yeah.
I finally watched it just about 2 weeks ago, right before I came out on tour, and I loved it.
Yeah.
I thought it was great. I thought MGK did a really good job playing Tommy Lee.
I thought, no disrespect to anybody else, but to me, he was the most convincing.
Yeah, it was just like, it's trippy because I know MGK, and it's almost like him and Tommy have a lot of similar characters.
He's talking about Machine Gun Kelly, just in case, you
know. They have some of the same character traits, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, physically, they look very similar, but they're super high energy, you know, and
that
touring.
Scene where he's running through the hotel in the G-string and he scares the people, I was like, oh, he literally became Tommy Lee in that moment.
I was just like, and it's cool because it's like, in the film, they really hit on like it just seemed like the characters nailed it, you know? It was like the guy who played Mick Mars was just like, drummer guy, and it's like, you know, we're on tour.
I heard him. The ornery old guy.
I heard him say that to Tommy one day. I'm like, oh, this is trippy, dude.
And I thought that the guy that played Ozzy, even though he was only in the movie for a couple of minutes, he was so perfect.
It was legendary. I was just like, watch it. I'm like, oh. I've done some vile stuff in my day, but not that.
Yeah, I mean, there's like
drinking each
the level, and then there's like the Mötley Crüe level.
Yes. It's just another level.
Yeah. Who could play you if there was going to be the Papa Roach movie? Like, who could play you?
I have no idea.
Because I want Sandra Bullock to play me.
Totally. I could see that 100%.
I think she would look awesome with purple hair.
Totally. I like Sandra Bullock. She's great.
Yeah.
She's actually in that movie Miss Congeniality.
Yeah.
Oh, I love her.
Yeah.
She was great in that. To play me. Maybe like, I don't know, super young Alec Baldwin or something. I don't know.
Well, you can't go back in time. I mean, if they're going to make the movie now.
I don't know who the actors are now. Who's an actor that looks like a round-faced white dude with spiky hair? I don't know. You pick.
All right, so you can comment on the video and
tell me who you want to play me.
Somebody. When you walked in the room, you were like, "Oh, hey, you're hanging out. How come you're not doing something crazy like skydiving?" Because I've been trying to get you to go skydiving with me forever. Ooh. And nobody in the bands ever wants to go, and I know it's because you guys are afraid, like, oh, if we get hurt, we got to cancel the tour.
Yeah, well, if I die, there's no more tour.
Yeah, but most likely you're not gonna die.
Tell me how safe it is. Is it like safer than?
It's safer than pretty
flying?
much any. Yeah, way safer than.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The most difficult and dangerous parts of flying are takeoff and landing.
Got it.
So if you don't land in the plane, you're 50% safer.
Oh, damn.
That's how I look at it. Right?
I'm down with that logic.
Yeah. I mean,
all right, maybe I'll consider.
Yeah.
Tobin, our bass player, is all about it. He's like, dude, when are we jumping, man? When are we going to do this? I'm like, I just don't know,
I'm going to be really pissed if you guys do it without me, but you might go and do like a military thing.
Yeah, we had an offer from, I think it was called the Golden Knights, I believe.
Yeah, who were the best skydivers in the world.
Yeah, they were like, we're the guys. We did a tour of the Gas Monkey Garage down in Texas, and they were like, yeah, we got friends over there in North Carolina. They'll take you up. And I was FaceTime. He's like, yo, check out my friend. Talk to her. And so I chatted with her. She was like one of the top skydivers. And she was like, yeah, we'd love to host you guys. And then it was, it just didn't work out. So
I
pussed out.
Were the Gas Monkey guys sober at the time? Because they don't seem like they're sober a lot.
I mean, it seemed like they were, and if they weren't, they played it off well. You know,
every story I've heard about those guys that they just might as well be like Dimebag Darrell, Vinnie Paul level. They have their own line of tequila. Don't
they did come to the show the next night and were going hard.
Yeah.
You know, they were partying, dude. It was cool. Great group of guys, though, man. And the stuff that they do, like, I'm a big fan, and it was really cool to be up close and personal with these cars that they had. You know, I'd seen this one truck they did. They took a Scout. You don't know if you know these. You know what a Scout is? So they took a Scout and they dropped it instead of raising it up, and it's just, it's
You've
cherry.
always been kind of a gearhead, though, haven't you?
Yeah, I like cars. I get it from Jerry, our guitar player. He's like super mega gearhead, so it's like it kind of rubbed off on me. But I don't have any hot rods. I'm like,
you don't have anything?
No, I don't have no hot rods, man. I had a Lincoln Continental back in the day, which was like my car of choice, suicide doors, big old boat. But it was kind of like, it just had some really crazy memories in it that I had to just let go. It was like one of those cars I was like, I think it's time for me. It was after I got sober for the first time.
Oh, I gotcha.
And I regret doing it, but I used to drive drunk a lot. And I would like go down to the rehearsal studio and have a fifth of vodka in between, like literally in between my legs, and driving and drinking it while I'm driving.
Oh my God!
I was an idiot. Like I'm lucky I never hurt anybody. I just look back at it, I'm like, man, I had a guardian angel or something going on, because I was an idiot.
Are you still living out in California?
Yeah.
Isn't it like a rule out there that when you move to California you have to have a hot rod? Like it seems like it's like in the rule book.
I know. I feel like I'm failing myself. And it's funny too, because the house that I bought, it has a 6-car garage in the back, which is meant to be a car collector. And I'm like, well, I got my gym back there, and I got my kids' drum set up back there. I got my workshop, so eventually there will be a car there. I think after my boys get out of high school, that's when I'll kind of do the hot rod thing. So they want to be
drummers?
My middle-born son, Jagger, is been playing drums since he was 3, and now he's 14, almost coming up on 15 next month, and he's a slamming drummer.
Do you have musicians from generations before you in the family?
Yes, I do.
So it's a genetic thing.
So my grandmother, she was a singer. She sang in like chorus lines, like 80 women doing the
like the Rockettes.
Yeah,
or something?
Totally. Yeah, she sang that, and then and her father, Herbert Fisher, which is my great grandfather, he was in the big bands.
Oh,
and
cool.
So yeah, he was a traveling musician. He played for the Marx Brothers in their pit orchestra. Yeah, so he was like in the scene, and also was a jazz drummer. And he later on in his life, when he was really old, he did some jam sessions with Frank Zappa.
No way.
Some jazz. He was a jazz drummer, very accomplished jazz drummer.
Did you ever get a chance to spend time with him, or was he passed before?
I was probably like 8 or 9 years old when he passed. So my memories of him are just small glimpses, and I didn't see him very often. But just a super tall, like 6'5", super handsome dude. I'm like, why am I not tall? Why am I only 5'10"? Come on.
Well, you got the music.
I'm 6 foot with the hair though,
Yeah,
so it's cool.
There was a time when the girls had the big hair in rock and roll, and the guys are all taking that now.
Yeah, here we are. So, I got about this. That's a good. Yeah, so that's nice right there.
I just got to put some high heels on, and I can keep up with you.
Yeah, that's cool, dude. Keep them high heels. I'll keep the big hair.
So that's really cool that your kids now are musicians too.
My little baby boy Brixton, he's 5, and he thinks he's a rock star. He's just like I got him a little Zakk Wylde little teeny kid guitar, and he's just sitting there strumming it, singing his songs.
Zack's guitars are so cool.
Oh yeah, dude. I got the one that was the little the
bullseye
target looking thing.
Oh yeah.
And it's cool, man. It's like the SG style. So my little boy's he's got long hair too. He's banging his head, and he's just full tilt character.
I always just imagine that kids at some point think their parents aren't cool. It doesn't matter how cool. Slash told me once that his kids wanted him to drop him off at school down the block because they didn't
yeah.
Are they getting there yet?
So my older son, he's always like, Dad, turn the music down. When I'm dropping him off, and I'm like, I'll drop him off, and then I'll roll down the window, and he'll be walking away. I'm like, I love you, my little bubbers. Have a good day at school, bubbers. No, call your mom afterwards. We'll pick you up. Love you, bub.
My
He's just
God.
Dad, really? But it's just, it's
dad stuff.
It's what I do. I got to
you're supposed
embarrass
to
him,
do.
you know?
That's right.
And then it's like when he's really being like a turd sometimes, I'm like, it's cool, dude. Like, I know you don't think I'm cool, but your friends want to take selfies with me, so I don't know what to say about that, son. Like, what?
P.S. I was the house with the 6-car garage.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Deal with it, kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, but honestly, to be straight though, I got really good relationships with all my kids. My kids are, they're just respectful. They treat girls right, you know, and so they're like, I got good fruit so far. So I mean,
you've been able to sidestep the rock star revenge
Yeah,
by having super hot daughters that will then go back and see.
Thank God.
So
Thank you.
You are one of the only rock stars that I know of that doesn't have a beautiful daughter.
Oh, thank God I don't.
Tommy
dude.
Lee doesn't. Kid Rock doesn't.
How did they end up with
That's
no daughters?
what I'm saying. It's very rare.
That's
Most
classic.
of them end up with a daughter that is
Yeah,
so
they're just like,
gorgeous.
oh God,
exactly.
what?
So congratulations,
Yes,
you
I made it
sidestepped
out.
Rockstar Revenge. You weren't that bad of a guy.
Thank
Congratulations.
God. Yeah, I had my failures, but not too many. Just enough.
Well, next year, our anniversary is coming.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So I
Congrats
am
on that.
warning you right now. It's August.
Mm-hmm.
Your phone's going to ring next year, and I'm going to call in the favor.
All right. Well,
Because I don't know what we're planning yet.
Yeah,
but
well, you guys having a
whatever it
throwdown?
is, you got to be there.
dude, have us out.
All right.
Seriously.
Okay.
We're actually next year as well too. Will be our 20th anniversary for our first album in Fest.
Oh my
So you guys turn
God.
50, we turn 20. So
Yes.
what's up, dude?
Yeah, you got to be there.
Let's throw down, dude.
All
What's
right.
up? That's awesome.
I got it on tape.
Yeah, we'd love to
Whatever
come
it is
out.
that the plan's going to be, Jacoby from Papa Roach is coming.
Boom. I'll see you there.
So good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you as well. Thank you for noticing. Thanks for talking to me. Thanks for letting the people know. Yeah, I'm crazy.